9 hours indeed to Oslo.
Well, in a bit of trouble early in the pole vault. Renaud Lavillenie, third attempt, 5:51. That's more like it. Just gives it a little bit of a rattle, holds his head to say, oh, I nearly got that horribly wrong. We already lost Cole Walsh at the opening height of 5:31. And we're always looking forward, of course, to watching Hendricks and Duplantis, and it's great when Lavillenie can just give a flash of his old brilliance, which every now and then he can. He's still got the height there, hasn't he? Plenty to spare, but just caught it. I think he thought for a moment, I've knocked it off. There you go. Look how high he is, and then just catches it with his chest on the way down. It gives it a good old rattle, but it stays on, so he's in the competition. Sigh of relief for him.
Yeah, big sigh of relief, crikey.
His brother in it as well. Valentin is in this as well, and then the Norwegians will be looking for Simen Guttormsen. Two brothers, Norwegian brothers. Sondre's brother in this as well. Oh, and he wraps himself over that bar. Well, that gets a big cheer. Still moving. It's not going to come off though. There's his brother. Gives him a congratulatory hug. Yes, you can if you're brothers. Yeah, well done. So still fairly early stages when you think of what we're expecting from Duplantis, Kendricks, maybe Renaud Lavillenie as well. But Guttormsen playing his part, giving the home crowd plenty to cheer. 5,000 in here, as Tim was saying earlier on. Actually, that's a personal best. I thought we were showing his 5:51. This is 5:61. That first-time clearance, superb from him.
So here is Renaud, again in a little bit of trouble at 5:71. He passed at 5:61, as you can see. His best 5:51 was a third attempt. That was his opening height. So 5:71, second time. Ooh, wow, he gave that such a clatter and it stays up. Look, he's turned the bar over. Should be resting on the flat side of those rubber bungs on either end of the bar. Olympic champion back in 2012, 34 now, still loving his vaulting, and he can't believe it. He knows he's got away with one there. He's looking up at it and wondering how on earth it stayed on. Clips it with his chest, I think. To be fair, he was 99% clear. In fact, his centre of gravity was way over the bar. Clipped it on the way down, and he's saying thank you for staying up there.
It's a neat trick if you can pull it off. Just gives it a flip. Look at that, over and stays. You don't see that too often.
You don't. The whole idea of that rounded side is that it should roll. But 5:71, he continues, and the first clear.
All smiles, and it's been all smiles so far for Simen Guttormsen. And here you see now, third attempt after having set that personal best at 5:61. Third attempt at 5:71. The crowd really trying to get behind him. He's in good territory now. Well, he does his best, doesn't he, to wrap himself over there, reaching for it, though. So, good competition, though. And still got four others in it, both Lavillenies, Lavillenie. How do you say, is it two Lavillenies? Yeah, two of them are still in it. The plural of Lavillenie, Kendricks and Duplantis. And he'll have to settle for 5th place.
Lavillenie sounds like a condition, doesn't it? Simen Guttormsen there has had a great competition with that personal best. Now it is Valentin, and he's in trouble, as was his brother at 5:51. At 5:51, Renaud cleared third time, so did Valentin, but this is the third attempt at 5:71. This is pressure, and he responds in the best possible way. Good clearance, and his brother loving that one. They both passed at 5:61. He had a good indoor season, did Valentin Lavillenie. Oh, and that's a beautiful ball, actually better than his brother's. Doesn't touch the bar, He's well clear. There is more to come. And the younger brother at 29 goes clear and moves in second place. A 1-2 for the French family. Monzon-Guzman, by the way, came in at 5.61, cleared that first time, and sitting out 5.71.
First look at Sam Kendricks. He came in at 5.51 and at 61 first time clearance. So not at this height. Needs this. Ah, there you go. Sam's getting it sorted. It's about the first time I've never seen him smile when he's cleared. Look at it. That's about as miserable as you're ever going to see Sam Kendricks. Particularly when he's just got over, well, I know 5.71's not great by his standards necessarily, but you know, it was a clutch vault for him. So he stays involved. Clear at the third attempt at 5.71.
Well, again, I suspect with Bislett and Sam Kendricks, who want a really good job done here. First attempt at 5.81 for the world champion. Was annoyed with himself having to take 3 attempts at 5.71, but he'll be happy with that. More than happy with that. Gives it a little tickle, just checks, but it stays up. This US Army second lieutenant and former US athlete male of the year, who has been remarkably consistent, dominated for a couple of years, and then, unfortunately for him, a young man who had grown up and developed his skills in the USA, but competes for Sweden, came onto the pole vaulting scene and has been pretty much even more dominant since, and here he is. Duplantis, first attempt at 5.81 for Monzon-Guzman, came in at 5.61, popped over that first time, past 5.71, and he pops over 5.81. Makes it look so easy, but he's a harsh judge on himself. A little shake of the head there. There was something he wasn't very happy about. Beaten, and it was a bit of a surprise actually, by Kendricks in Doha at those World Championships in October 2019. Of course, he lifted the European title back in 2018. He was still so young. And there were just hints there, Steve, of the sort of momentum he can generate. Beautifully fluid.
Yeah, you know, he
just a couple of minutes away now. Valentin Lavillenie at 5.81 meters. Third attempt at 5.81, a height that his brother popped over first time. So did Sam Kendricks. And so did Monzon-Guzman. His brother giving him a little help there on the sidelines when, as the wind dropped to nothing. Can he do what his brother did some 10 minutes ago? Oh, it was so close, veering off to the right there. But no, not on this occasion. That would have been a season's best. His lifetime best is 5.82, so it was a big ask anyway. That lifetime best a couple of years ago. And it's so close. Tantalizingly close. He was third at the French Championships in Angers last weekend, so he will be going to Tokyo. But not a season's best tonight, not just yet. 5.71 the best for him in Bislett.
So Renaud Lavillenie, a very nice clearance, first time at 5.81 we saw a few moments ago. Bar now at 5.91. Lavillenie, Kendricks, Duplantis, the three names so synonymous with these great competitions. No. I think that's a problem for Renaud at the moment. The big vaults are still there, aren't they, on occasion. He just doesn't have that consistency anymore, and yet that's understandable, you know, the great career he's had. And still, as I said, every now and then he's going to be able to get 5.90, even 6 meters, but he can't rely on it in every competition. So 5.91 at the moment. A little too high, he'll have to go and get that number pinned back on.
Coach there watching with plenty to say, plenty of feedback to give, I suspect. It's almost like layers of advice, isn't it, Valentin?
as indeed the men's pole vault does. And well, we're getting down to the business end once more with Kendricks. Le Villani we saw failing at 5.91 the first time. What can Sam Kendricks do? Can he do better? Pretty good attempt, just taking it away. Well, he's starting to smile now. He definitely wasn't the happy Sam we all know a little earlier on. But I think he knows, okay, I'm heading for the top 2 or 3, that's okay. And, as Tim said, just difficult, the travel and busy time of the season. But I think you relax a little bit when you've got for the Americans, that sort of cutthroat scenario they have to face in their trials. He came through it, so he will be in Tokyo. And so will this man, Duplantis. Well, we've seen the other two make 5.91 look a bit tough, although to be fair to Kendricks, that was a good effort. Norman Duplantis, what can he do? Easy. Well, he's in superb form. There's his dad, Mum, and I think for Mondo, this is something which, he's obviously warming. Strawberry, probably, if they're in Oslo, strawberry flavour. Renaud Le Villani, third attempt, 5.91. Now, well, the crowd were doing their bit to try and get him over that, and he applauds and accepts and acknowledges their support here tonight. So good for all of the athletes to be vaulting and competing in front of a crowd. But that'll be it for Renaud Le Villani. Good enough for third place. That first time clearance at 5.81 we saw a few minutes ago. 5.91. Not tonight though, so that will leave Kendricks still in at this height. And Duplantis, of course, he's only one clear yet. Kendricks, like Le Villani, just finding this a little bit of a stretch tonight. So Le Villani knows that he can't do any better anyway than third. So that's it for him. Third attempt now for Kendricks.
Yeah, he's under a bit of pressure here, is Sam, isn't he? Hasn't had the best of evenings by his standards. But that makes it much better. That surely will bring a smile to his face. Third time clearance. Of course, Duplantis went clear first time. He's in second place. And it's now just down to this big pair yet again. Another epic clash building here. The next bar height will be 5.96, but Kendricks here, oh, yes. I think that just grit and determination takes him over there, and that is a season's best for Kendricks. It was 5.86. That was in Des Moines back in late April. He's waited a long time for this sort of form to come through. Puts him third in the world rankings because the Renaud Le Villani is in second with 5.92 behind Duplantis. But that is mighty encouraging. 6.66, so it does take the lead, and that'll take some catching.
Well, we're back in 6-meter territory with Sam Kendricks and Mondo Duplantis. Kendricks first up. Season's best 5.91. No. 3 attempts to get over 5.91 with a hint that perhaps 6.01 is going to be a stretch, but he wants to be in it, doesn't he? Wants to be in there with Mondo, just keeping him honest, taking his attempts at 6 meters and 1 here. Quite a long way off the American though, reaching for it. Duplantis though, by contrast, has looked absolutely serene all evening. First attempt, 6 meters 1 for the Swede. Really attacks it, a lovely clearance. A little slip on the mat, but no slip-ups in clearing 6 meters 1. Once more, Duplantis showing why he is the #1 in the world. And really is working the crowd here. Greg Duplantis watching on, always looks a little bit nervous, doesn't he? But no need to be. Absolutely superb. The only time he was off balance was when he tried to get off the bed. Will he go higher now? But I think Tim said earlier on, what does he have in store for us this evening? He looks up for it. Well, he's done the first thing. Everybody wants the 6-metre clearance. He's got them.
Was fantastic, and the key too was that hard third lap. Now, Sam Kendricks, third and final attempt at 6:01 for the American. No, it's not to be. He's already seen Duplantis pop over first time. He's been there before as Sam Kendricks. He is a member of the 6-metre club. His best 6:06 in Des Moines at the US Championships. At the Des Moines track back in 2019. That blue track in Iowa. And he was mobbed by his teammates on that occasion. It was indeed the US Championships in Des Moines a couple of years back. But not tonight. Although at 28, Sam Kendricks has 6 years on Renault-Lavillenie. Plenty of time to improve, and I know he believes he can. Centimetres on the board, so it was a 7-metre jump. Now, 6:19 for Mondo Duplantis. Third and final attempt. Already a set a meeting record. This would, of course, be a new world record. No, not to be.
Nice forward roll.
It'll come though. He's already cleared 6:10 this year. That's a height that only he and Sergei Bubka, long retired Sergei Bubka, have ever cleared. Yeah, well, these guys are gymnasts, Steve. We all know that.
I'm not, and I could do a forward roll like that, I think.
No, it wouldn't be a pretty sight. Would not be a pretty sight.
Do you know what I love about him is, you know, he knows the big name that he is and his responsibility, or what he sees perhaps to the sport, certainly to his event. You know, and he's not a natural showman, but he now has learnt to accept the, you know, the adulation, the adoration, and then, of course, the respect of his other competitors. And he's wearing that mantle really well, I think, Tim, and he produces the performances as well as he has done again tonight. 6:01. A meeting record for Duplantis. That was as high as he needed to be, but he knows, and we all know, that world record is always within his grasp.